Don't forget to subscribe, fellas. I make boxing videos on a daily basis. Now, I've been receiving a lot of complaints. Coming from Deontay Wilder fans. They say that I am hating on Wilder. They say I'm not fair with Wilder. They say I keep discrediting his opponents just to not give him credit. They're basically saying I'm not being a fair boxing channel. Some of them say, you know, I should delete my channel. I know nothing about boxing, etc., etc. Now, I don't block people from my channel because I believe that a person has a right to say whatever they want. In my original channel, I used to block people. When someone would come to my channel and say stuff that they were like annoy me, I would block them. But on this channel, I don't block anyone. So because I don't block anyone, I receive all the comments from people, because there's different levels of a boxing fan. You got the boxing fan that, you know, will disagree with you and let you know his opinion. Then you got the boxing fan that will disagree with you, let you know his opinion, and be smart with his comments. Like, he'll be leaving you some smart, you know, remarks, you know, trying to throw these disses at you while he's commenting on your channel. And then you got the straight up rude boxing fans who would just literally just leave comments, you know, cursing you out. So when it comes to Wilder, Wilder has those three fans. He has, as many fighters have, he has the fans that are, you know, rational. He has the fans that are rational too, but also, you know, a bit rude when they leave comments. And then then he has the fans that are just straight up dicks, and they will bash the shit out of you and curse you out and tell you all this shit if they don't agree with your opinion. So because I receive all these comments, sometimes I get annoyed with Deontay Wilder fans. So I know how to piss off a Wilder fan. So I'll say something to piss a Wilder fan off. People have to realize I'm really just a troll channel. I mean, I'm a boxing channel, but I'm also a troll channel. You can't take everything I say seriously. Do I think that Luis Ortiz is overrated? I think he's a bit overrated. That's my honest opinion, though, when it comes to Luis Ortiz. I don't think he's as good as people think he is. People think he's better than he is. I don't necessarily think he's as good as people think he is. I think he's slow. I think he's robotic. I think Wilder's going to run circles around him. Okay? But it's a decent win. I'm not saying Luis Ortiz is a bum. I'm not saying he's a bum, and if Wilder beats him, I'm not going to give him no credit whatsoever. I will give him credit. If you looked at my earlier videos, I said in the past, I would give Wilder credit if he beats Ortiz. Now, let's give Wilder credit. This is a positive Wilder video, people. What does Wilder do good as a fighter? Okay, he's known for having that right hand, but I think he has an underrated left hook. You know, he throws a sneaky left hook at times. He threw it against, you know, Nikolai Furfa. He threw it against Johan Duhaupas. One thing that I like about Wilder. One thing that I like about Wilder is the fact that he has a killer instinct. Because, you know, believe it or not, sometimes there are fighters out there that they don't have a killer instinct. And what is a killer instinct? When he hurts someone, right, when he rocks someone, he goes after them and tries to finish them off. Some fighters, they hurt someone and they don't go for the kill. A perfect example is Chad Dawson. Do you guys remember bad Chad Dawson? Chad Dawson wore hurt guys and he wouldn't go for the kill. He wouldn't attempt to finish them off. And I remember when I was like a teenager, that was always my biggest turnoff with Chad Dawson, was he didn't have a killer instinct. I would see him hurt dudes, but he never like took it a second gear. He never tried to finish his opponent off. Wilder has a killer instinct. So whoever he fights, whether it's Luis Ortiz, whether it's Joseph Parker, whether it's Deontay Wilder, if he hurts them, I don't have to be thinking, oh man, he's going to be passive. No, he's going to go for broke and he's going to attempt to stop the dude he just hurt. Right? So that is in my opinion, another positive thing about Deontay Wilder as a fighter. Well, what else is positive about Deontay Wilder? Let's see. Of course, his right hand. Oh yeah, his foot speed. Actually, his foot speed. A lot of heavyweights are slow. Wilder is pretty fast. He's not the fastest guy. I don't think he's as fast as Hughie Fury. But he's faster than guys like Jarrell Miller. I'm a big fan of Jarrell Miller, but he's faster than guys like Jarrell Miller. I think he's faster than Anthony Joshua. I think he's faster than Dillian White. That's for sure. I like the way how he throws straight punches. If you look at the way he throws punches, he throws straight punches. And that's why he's able to knock guys brutally out, because he throws punches with full extent. Like, he properly throws punches. I know he gets this rap for being wild. He's really only wild when he goes for broke. Like, whenever he goes, for example, when he hurt Gerard Washington, he was wild there, because he was, like, throwing bombs. When he tries to finish off opponents, he tends to be wild. Also, when he hurt, famously, Ollie Harrison, that was when he got the nickname Windmill, because when he hurt Ollie Harrison, he was throwing windmills. Even in the Bermane-Stiverne fight, in the rematch, he hurt Bermane-Stiverne, and look at how he was throwing these clubbing wild punches, right? So Wilder tends to be wild or whatever when he's going for broke, but when he normally throws punches, they're normally straight. I mean, if you look at when he was fighting Johann Duhaupas, prior to stopping Johann Duhaupas and going ham on him, how did he hurt Johann Duhaupas? It was a right hand. It was a straight, long right hand. He threw a straight right hand right on Johann Duhaupas' face, and Johann Duhaupas did a little dance, and then Deontay Wilder went ham on him. How did he knock down? You remember when he knocked down Bermane-Stiverne in the rematch? It was a straight right hand. He threw a straight right hand right on. It went right through. Bermane-Stiverne had a high guard, and it went right through his high guard and dropped him. All right. Arthur Spilka, that was a really good counter right hand. Arthur Spilka's, and even before that though, he was throwing right hands, and he was actually snapping Arthur Spilka's head back with that right hand. So Wilder is good at throwing. That's why he has such brutal knockout power, because he's good at throwing right hands. You know what I'm saying? Also, I think he has great endurance. I've never seen Wilder like gas out. Like some heavyweights, they gas out in second half of fights. They're good in the first half, and then in the second half they gas out. I've never seen Deontay Wilder gas out in second half of fights. Ever. Wilder is like the Energizer Bunny. He has the ability. So that's why I think he's dangerous throughout the entire 12-round period, because like I said, some heavyweights, they gas out in second half of fights. Wilder is not like that. Wilder could explode. Like, look at when he fought Johann Duhaupas. That was a tough fight for Wilder, and he was under a lot of pressure for like 11 rounds, I think, with Johann Duhaupas. But look at when he finished off Johann Duhaupas. When he hurt him with that right hand and he went after him, he went ham on him. He just exploded with like energy. He threw like 15 punches in like 10 seconds. He went crazy. So Wilder is one of those guys that, because he had such phenomenal endurance, you have to be careful if he hurts you. Because if he hurts you, it doesn't matter if it's round 12. He'll have the energy to throw bombs and go crazy on you. So yeah, hopefully that satisfied some of the people who were complaining about me hating Deontay Wilder, or just complaining in general. Are you satisfied, people? Are you? I hope so. I hope so. Anyway, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I make boxing videos as often as I possibly can. And I'm out. I'll hit you up guys next time.